Hello, welcome back to the Wrestling Newsroom. I'm your host, All Things Wrestling, and today we're going to be looking at the WWE and TNA news of the last 2 days. We start with Jim Ross wrote about the women's Money in the Bank ladder match on JR'sBarbecue.com. He wrote, SD Live saw the 5 women who were featured arguably steal the show Tuesday night in Atlanta. The SD Live women especially seem to relish in raising the athlete bar and continues to break barriers previously set by the predecessors. For the cold open, where we heard sound bites from the participants which made the match have more clout and importance, this was memorable night for SD Live women. The creative felt right, and the women, including Charlotte, Natty, Carmella, Becky Lynch and Tamina, all carried their share of the water in excess of building the first ever Money in the Bank women's ladder match in St. Louis at Money in the Bank event. It's arguable that the women of SD Live seem taken more advantage of maximising the minute in the ring on TV in general. The risk-reward ratio has arguably never been higher for the female athlete in WWE to date, with the booking of the Money in the Bank match. Obviously, these women will do all that they can do to deliver a memorable outing in the Money in the Bank, which will likely concern some fans, as it should. Well, I do agree. The comments say how I've been raising the bar. SmackDown Live women are fantastic. Thank you, Jim Ross, for your lovely comments there. Lana wrote on Twitter that she'd like to participate in the women's Money in the Bank match. I thought it was weird that there was only 5. She went, Dear Shane McMahon, can I please negotiate in being put in the first ever Money in the Bank women's match? I'd like to be a part of history. Thank you, at WWE. Yes, please put Lana in, because we need 6, not 5, because it's weird with 6. What are you going to do? Jerry Lawler, the controversial Jerry Lawler lately, I've noticed, gave his thoughts on the Alexa Bailey This Is Your Life segment from Raw. Sometimes things happen that just don't turn out like you envisioned it. I'm sure that's exactly what happened there. There are other things. It's live TV. There's a double-edged sword, believe me. When something doesn't turn out the way you planned it, there's nothing you can do about it. It was live. Everyone saw it. That was just one of those cases. You just got to move on. Oh, that was fair enough. Comments, Jerry Lawler. Good job, mate. You were nice. You didn't slam the women or anything. Ooh. We have a bit of a spoiler, possible spoiler here. These plans could end up changing, but the current belief is that it will end up being Stephanie McMahon behind the Kurt Angle scandal story. Stephanie's not been on WWE television since WrestleMania. It's possible that Stephanie's history with Angle from Angle's first WWE run will be brought up as part of her efforts to ruin him. That does sound very, very interesting and does make complete sense. I like that idea. Ooh. And now booking deals kind of stuff going on. Ring of Honor star Dalton Castle's contract is set to expire this month. According to Dave Meltzer, WWE has shown what has been described as great interest in signing Castle, and Ring of Honor will need to make a huge offer to keep him. That's very interesting. Please sign him. I don't know who he is, but we need more talent, so do it. Ooh, and regarding This Is Your Life segment, again, Dave Meltzer noted that the management is very high on Alexa Bliss and has confidence in her being able to carry the segment. There were false reports of a few months ago that Bliss had backstage heat with the creative team. Ooh. Even more cool news, there's talks going around having Vince McMahon featured on the upcoming Table for 3 episode. The idea that it will be a huge draw for the WWE Network, similar to when Vince was on the Steve Austin podcast. The big thing was that it would keep it from happening was obviously if Vince didn't want to do it. That would be very, very interesting. I like it. Oh, and now coming off the Impact tapings in India, 7 matches are now set for TNM Slammiversary. At this point, there's no tag team title match on the card, but that could change. These are the matches that have been set. Spoiler for future Impact episodes coming up. Alberto El Patron versus Bobby Lashley in a unification match for the 2 top titles. Women's unification match, Sienna versus Rosemary. 2 out of 3 falls for the Impact X Division Championship, Sanjay Dutt versus Low Ki. That'd be amazing. Full Metal Mayhem, Davey Richards and Angelina Love versus Eddie Edwards and Alicia Edwards. Ooh, I'm intrigued. James Storm versus Ethan Carter III in a strap match. Moose and D'Angelo Williams versus Eli Drake and Chris Adonis. That'd be quite good. And Scott Stone and Josh Matthews versus Joseph Park and Jeremy Borash. I'm very, very intrigued. That sounds like a very decent Slammiversary card so far. Cannot wait. Oh, there is speculation that the finish of the AJ Styles versus Dolph Ziggler match on ST Live was botched. The belief was that Ziggler was supposed to win with Styles' foot on the rope, which would lead to a future rematch. However, Ziggler took Styles' foot off the rope, which apparently wasn't supposed to happen. Ziggler was pinning Styles moved his foot back towards the rope and had his foot on the rope after the pinfall was counted. It's expected that Styles will get his win back against Ziggler at some point before Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Well, it was his hometown, so Ziggler was going to win no matter what. Ooh, this makes me love Chris Jericho even more. Chris Jericho was asked if he will ever work a part-time schedule with WWE. Here is his response: no, I won't do that, because that's not the way it should be done. When you're there, you should go on the road. That's how you help the guys learn. That's how that's how I got better. The whole year I was way better because working with younger guys who then were learning from me as well. They need that, and it was a great year, and it was just awesome locker room, great people, lots of fun. I had as much fun out in the ring as I did in the ring in 2015. All I did was live events, and I didn't do TV at all. It was like in the anti-type Brock Lesnar. I wouldn't have a problem doing that either. Maybe I'll never go on TV again. Maybe I'll just do live events. That does sum up with what we know that he's going to do live events, unlike when he said he'll never wrestle again. The good news for me is I can do what I want, and they will take whatever Jericho I can give them. So no reason for me to have to decide when the time comes, when this album cycle is done, then Fozzy takes another break or whatever. It is that we're done. I'll weigh my options. I'll see what I'm going on. I'll see who's around, and then I'll go from there. And if not, like I said, there's no threat of like I'm gone, but I'll never have another match, and that won't bother me. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Ooh, Mahal had an interview with Nishat. I'm not even going to pretend to be able to pronounce his name. He was asked about his dream opponent. My dream opponent is Brock Lesnar. Imagine that champion versus champion. WWE champion versus Universal champion. My dream opponent, because I could knock off Brock Lesnar, would be truly solidify me. I'm the best and would let the world know that the WWE champion is better than the Universal champion. Actually, I would not have a problem with that. I hate Brock Lesnar, so let Mahal be him. Mahal also commented on his move to SD Live. I knew I would be able to climb the mountain, but in such a short period I didn't think so. SmackDown is the land of opportunity, and I'm living proof of that. I was given the opportunity as number one contender match, and I took advantage of the opportunity. I'm very thankful for the opportunity. I'm very excited that when I got moved to SmackDown, because I knew it would be a fresh start, which it turned out to be. Well, good, mate. I'm glad. And a little bit of update on Brie Bella. She posted a new video showing her training for WWE in-ring comeback. Check out her YouTube channel if you want to watch that. I did not bother. I do not care. I just thought I'd mention that. Oh, and in a recent interview with Dub Magazine, Miz commented on his main event match at WrestleMania 27. The coolest moment about being in the ring in the main event at WrestleMania wasn't my entrance. It wasn't even holding the title in my hand. I don't really remember that. The coolest moment was looking over to the left and seeing all my friends from high school that were in my living room in 1999 watching WrestleMania, looking over at them in the front row saying, "We did it." Oh, that is awesome, Miz. You are so cool. And apparently, is he a really nice person? Is that where I've heard that? Oh, a big story coming out. On the latest edition of Table 3, Jim Cornette noted one thing him and Eric Bischoff had in common is a mutual dislike for Vince Russo. Bischoff responded to a fan that ranted on Table 3 episode and told Bischoff to step up and talk to Rusev like a man. Bischoff talked more about Rusev on his recent podcast, saying, "Whether you orchestrate a lie or intentionally deceive me, that's a different category. That's a category Vince Rusev is in. I don't hate Vince Russo. I just don't associate or give him credibility to someone who's has such a well-documented history. Not with me. All anyone has to do isn't drowning in their own purple Kool-Aid, is to look at some of the comments from Vidacom, who don't even comment on content, programming, and people involved. Just go back and look at Doug Swartz's comments about Vince Russo. Vince Russo has such a well-documented history of, in my opinion, pathological bullshit that I choose not to engage or associate." Rusev responded to what Bischoff said with the following on Twitter. "The only problem with Eazy-E's latest web of Inception in 10 years. I didn't even know who Doug Schwartz was. Never heard of him. 4 decades Spike rep I worked was Scott Fisher, great guy. I think Schwartz was in PR department. What would he know about TNA creative? You sound weaker and weaker. Easy. Just like your creative ideas. Plant a seed, water, grow some bulbs, and address me like a man, bro. The easy one didn't even know who David Schwartz's correct name, referred to him as Doug. I guess he didn't even know either. All you need to know. Bloody hell. Meanwhile, Cornette mentioned on recent podcasts that he has pretty good authority that Rusev has been emailing Vince McMahon every week after Raw. He begs constantly for a job. What an asshole! I hate Vince Russo. He's an absolute twat. He was only decent when Vince McMahon censored him. Because Judy Bagwell on a pole match is fucking shit. I don't know what to title this episode. Oh, and Impact announced today that they'll be holding a live event in Staten Island, New York at Richmond County Ball Park in Saturday, August 5th, and it'll be the company's first live event in the United States since October the 3rd, 2015. Tickets are set to go on sale on June 9th. Here is the information. $70 first 2-row field seats, including pre-show meet and greet at 4 p.m. $60 3 and 4 includes pre-show meet and greet. 5th row or higher field seats. First 7 rows ballpark seating. 8th row of ballpark seating for $25. They go on pre-sale Wednesday 7th of June 10 a.m. General sale Friday June 9th 10 a.m. Well, that's interesting that TNA is now doing a live event, so they're definitely in a better place than they have been in the last couple of years. Good to know. Now, we need to ignore the Table of 3 drama. Why is there so much drama around everything? Oh, God. But yeah, this has been the news. Yes, it didn't happen. No one died, like I said last episode. Oh, thank God. Yeah, but anyway, that has been the news. It's been very interesting. I do hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, please give it a like. Please support me on Patreon. A link in the description below. Subscribe to see more content, and I'll catch you later.